Hello artists, today we're going to continue with our Tints and Shades project. Last day you painted rectangles, today we're going to work with a circle. So please make sure you use a different color than you did with your last painting, and you're going to paint a big circle in the middle of your paper. Alright, I'm using blue today. Once I've done that, I'm going to start adding white to my blue, and I'm going to start painting the inside of the circle. As I get more and more towards the center, I add more and more white, and the color gets lighter and lighter. All right, so we've created a tint of blue. Now you can guess what we're going to do on the outside of the circle. We're going to work with shades, which of course means we're adding a little bit of black to our blue. Remember, a little bit of black goes a really, really long way. So start with a tiny amount and just keep adding more and more. You're going to keep painting the circle until you've filled the entire page. Get right to the corners, right to the edges. By the time you get to those edges, you're probably going to be looking at a color that's pretty much just black. That's perfect, not a problem. All right, paint right to the edges. Make sure you've got newspaper under your paper. All right, right to the edges. And then once we're done with that, we're going to let that dry. Now, I hate to tell you this, but in the meantime, we're going to cut up your other painting. And we're going to cut it into 1-inch strips. And we're going to try to keep them in the order that they were when we painted them. All right, there they are. So once we've got that sorted, we are then going to take your circle painting, fold it in half. It's really important you pay attention to this part of the process. I'm going to draw a line along the unfolded side. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to just draw a series of lines that go from that line to the fold. All right. Once you've done that, we're going to get the scissors out and we're going to cut along those lines. Please make sure you're cutting from the fold. All right, and you just cut straight to that line. Do not go past that line. Okay, once you have done that, you know that we're going to weave these two pieces together, all right? So once you've got all of these lines cut, be ready with your other pieces to start weaving. Remember, when you're weaving, it's simply a pattern of over, under, over, under. So I started over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. So my next piece is going to be the opposite. This time I'm going to start with under, over, under, over, under, over. You'll always know if you're right, if so long as the strip is opposite the one you put in just before it. All right, so you're going to do that until you've filled the page. It won't take all of your strips. I think I had 2 or 3 left over when I did mine. And you can kind of push them together to tighten it up a little bit. And once you're done, you're going to take a little bit of glue and you're going to glue down all the edges. Do it on the painted side first. And then you are going to flip it over, and then you are going to do it on the back side as well. All right, make sure you get all of those little tabs glued down. There you go. I love it. Now, there is another option. You can do it this way, where I went dark to light with this color, with the green. And instead of drawing straight lines this time, I'm going to use the ruler to draw the straight line across the top, but then I'm going to use wavy lines instead. It gives it just a slightly different look, and you can also make them thinner than I did with the straight lines. If you're really good at weaving, thin lines might be kind of cool. And then of course I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut along those curvy lines until I've gone across the whole sheet. Now you're just going to weave the same way I showed you with the last one, and it just has a slightly different, more of an optical illusion look to it. All right. Okay, I can't wait to see these when they're done. So go forth and be brilliant.